Hello, good morning and welcome to Crafters TV. I'm so excited to be joining you this morning for our very first show of the day. It's Wake Up Call, of course, always at 11 a.m. And we've got a super exciting wake up call planned for you today. Not only have we got lots of lovely crafty goodies, but we've also got brand new launches that we're going to be sort of sneak peeking on this morning's show. And Debbie and Craig will be taking a little bit more of a look in detail at those launches on tonight's launch party. But don't worry, I'm not on my own. I am joined by the fabulous Debbie Robinson, who is all the way on the other side of the studio. Good morning, Debbie. Are you well?
Well, yes, thank you very much. Yes, absolutely. I'm really excited to be here today. We've got loads planned. We've got embossing folders, and we're just going to grab... in fact, you know what I am going to give you? A little teaser of the craft along coming up later on. We've got 3D embossing folders. We've got the Wisteria collection. And we're going to get out loads of samples, but I'm so excited to get started with the show because I want to get straight in and talk about something that is brand new today that was supposed to be officially launching tonight. However, because it's wake up call and it is first thing and it is early bird that catches the worm, we've got some brand new items that I'm beyond excited to be talking about, and me and Lily can't wait because we've both been excited about this one. I will show you the Craft Along project though. I got asked, one of our design team members, the lovely Marie Jones, created a beautiful bag for a sample, and I had loads of people say to me when they found out that I got the Craft Along, would you recreate it? So I spoke to lovely Marie because this is her design. She's given me all the measurements that we need, but yes, we are going to be creating a beautiful decorated handbag, a little gift box, or whatever box you want to do, using those 3D beautiful macro florals, so that lovely real zoomed in feature of that floral. So I'm really excited about that one. The one I'm using is the rose, which we now know we don't have any left of, but if you already got yours, we did promise you we'll do this, and this will work, to be fair, with the others that are left, those that haven't got them. Absolutely. So if you have got them, absolutely fabulous, and you can choose whichever one you want to use, but that's what we're going to be creating later on as well. But I'm going to throw back to Lily because honestly, do you know when you get excited, it's like that.
Yeah, you're going to burst.
A great moment for me to Stu Francis, Crackerjack. For all my lovely American viewers that are watching, it's an old 80s, I'm going to say, 70s, 80s kids game show. Yeah. And he used to say, I'm that excited I could crush a grape. Absolutely, we really could, because we're really excited to be bringing you, which might look a little bit, what's all this about?
What's that?
But it comes with something else that's even more exciting as well. So I'm going to stop talking because we'll come back in a second and we'll show you everything in great detail in a minute.
Gosh, I'm so pleased Debbie's as excited as I am, because honestly, when I found out that I was doing this wake up call and we had that new launch on the show, I was literally bursting with excitement. I'm going to tell you let you into a little secret here. We're a little bit concerned whether we're going to be able to bring you that launch today or not. We're sort of looking at the shipping, thinking, are we going to be able to actually get this in time for Christmas or not, or we're going to have to push the launch back to January. So we're so pleased that we're going to be able to bring you that launch today. But enough about that launch for now. I've got something else super exciting to share with you. If you've been watching along for the past few days, you'll know that we're in the midst of our 12 days of Craftmas. I have to say that a little bit slowly because it doesn't quite trip off the tongue at this time in the morning, but it's our 12 days of Craftmas event, and we're in day 6 already. Now, if you click onto the website, you will see for day 6 we've got an absolutely fantastic offering. You can save up to 50% off selected items. So get clicking on that bauble and it's going to take you through to all those absolutely incredible deals. Advent calendar. Not last year's advent calendar, not the year before's. This year's advent calendar on an absolutely amazing saving. You've got launches from this year. You've got things like the Sarah Signature Frosty and Bright. You've got the Nature's Garden Gnomes. You've got things like your iris folding paper pads if you're looking to restock. Everything within that category is either £25 or $30 or below, and you've got prices as low as £1.49 or $2.47, and that's not even a platinum price. So if you're in platinum, which I know a lot of you guys at home are already, it's going to be even better. So if you're looking for a few little stocking fillers, maybe you've only got a few pounds or a few dollars to actually spend today, then of course you can just bag a bargain or pick up a bargain on the website. So saving up to 50%, but only for today. And that is going to be ending at 11:59 p.m. tonight. So make sure that you grab those as quickly as you can, because there's actually some really low stock items on there and some of them have already sold out. Now we do have a little few gremlins lurking around on Facebook, so the best place to watch us for this morning's show is going to be on YouTube. So if you can hop over to YouTube to join us, then that would be the best way that you can do that. We are trying to sort them out, but you know, these Christmas elves are being a little bit naughty and sort of messing about with technology. But best place to join us is on YouTube. Now, I've contained myself just about. It's time to get excited because we have got an absolutely amazing product that we are officially launching on launch party tonight, but I'm not on launch party tonight. We're getting the professionals in a little bit later. Craig's coming in later. And I wanted these on my show this morning because I have been excited about these. As soon as I heard about that we were launching these, I have been bursting with excitement. It's one of those, you don't want to keep it secret, you want to tell everyone, but you've got to wait. We are finally launching our own Crafter's Companion branded heat tool. This is an absolutely incredible, indispensable tool. It's what you need in your crafty stash. Absolutely amazing. But as if that wasn't enough, and we are of course bringing you both a UK and a US version, so make sure you are getting the right heat tool on the website so it works with your voltage. We're also bringing you something very, very innovative, very, very, very exciting as well. Lots of excitement today, let's be honest. This is our heat and mould stamping foam. Now, Debbie did give you a little bit of a sneak peek of these. Let's be honest, they don't look like an awful lot. They look like these pinky purpley blocks, but it's all about what you can do with them. Basically, these allow you to turn almost anything into a stamp, whether it's going to be an embossing folder or maybe it's something you've already got in your crafty stash, like a die that you want to turn the negative into a stamp. Maybe you've got buttons, metal charms. You can even be using these with things like bubble wrap, tin foil, bits of old carpet you can create your own stamps with. This is going to allow you to do this. All you need to do is heat the foam, which is why it's perfect for use with your heat tool. So use your heat tool to heat up your foam, and then you press your material, whatever that might be, into that foam. It'll leave that imprint, ink it up, stamp with it as normal. That's going to give you your own custom made stamp. But perhaps you don't like that stamp. Maybe it didn't work as well as you like, or maybe you've just got other things you want to experiment with afterwards. All you need to do is just clean the ink off your block, reheat, again, using that heat tool, and what will happen is your foam will go back to its original shape and it's good as new, and you can start again, go and impress another image onto that foam, and you can keep going and keep going. So it's completely remoldable and reusable. How absolutely incredible is this? This is one of these that you're just going to have a good old play. You're going to look through your crafty stash. What can I press into this foam? What can I create my own stamps of? It's absolutely amazing. You're actually getting 4 different blocks within that set. So the bundle that you're seeing on your screen, you can get everything in one click, regardless of whether in the UK or the US. Just make sure you're shopping for the right bundle. You're getting your heat tool, you're getting your 4 blocks of heat and mould stamping foam, £29.98 or $36.90. You can get them separately. I'll be honest, what I'd be doing as a little bit of a savvy crafter that has to have everything, I'd be getting the bundle, then I'd probably be getting another pack of the foam as well, just so that you can have more pieces of that foam. Like I say, it is completely remoldable, but if you find you create a stamp that you absolutely love, you might want to keep that and not remold the foam. So definitely a good one to go for, getting another pack of your foam as well. Now that's enough excited waffling from me. I'm going to throw back to the lovely lady over there, who I know is equally excited, but she's going to show you the sorts of amazing things you can do with these brand new launch.
Oh, honestly, and I've got myself a little swatch. I'm not going to lay claim to this one, Lily, because we had one of our amazing design team members create this for us. I'm just wondering, Charlotte, is it better above or in front of the camera, just so that I can show people exactly what you can do? So would you be able to zoom in a little bit for me? Thank you so much. No, Lily's talked about this foam. This foam is specialised foam that transforms all your textures, including things like Hessian fabric. It does all sorts of different patterns and creates this lovely, Who would have thought from a metal chain you would be able to create a stamp? It's just absolutely amazing. So this is a metal chain, and you can see this one is one of my favourites. I absolutely love it. Julia, God love her, has gone out and got me some leaves that are they're just drying off in the studio right now because we're going to do some leaf impressions later on. But look, you can take paper clips. That is just amazing. And to create that lovely background, that stamped background, scrunched tin foil, that's what I'm going to pinch from Christina later on when I've had my dinner. We've got fine lace. Look at the detail of the fine lace. It looks like it's been printed, but it hasn't. It's been used with this specialised foam that we have, this mouldable foam, which is just absolutely incredible. We've got resin flowers, we've got screws and nails. I'm just going to take my time actually with this because I do want to show you all the different things that you can do, just to show you how versatile this foam is and how excited we all are, and the reason why we're all excited. Wooden embellishments, getting a lovely imprint from those wooden embellishments. Your stencils, so your favourite stencil that you're used to taking your inks through, you can actually turn into a stamp as well. You've got mini pegs. Look at this one. Producer Johnny, you'll like this. A knitted top. A knitted jumper. So your knitted jumpers, you could be taking a jumper and taking an impression from it and then turning it into a stamp. Absolutely incredible. Look at the zips. I know Becky's Swan would be loving this. When she sees this, I know that for a fact she's going to want this foam. Buttons, we've got lots of buttons. That looks incredible. It's got that lovely stamped, I mean, this is another gorgeous one. This beautiful background metal die. But it gives you that lovely impression of lots of different stamp techniques, but all from this one piece of foam that's remoldable as well, which is just absolutely amazing. We've got sequins, a background stamp there. Look how gorgeous that detail is there. Cotton lace. We've also got round head pins. Look at that one. That is just absolutely incredible. I love that. The embossing folders. I would always say embossing folder. 2D is probably your best one to use. A 3D is a little bit more sculptured. Coins. I've got a whole heap of things at the side of me, Lily, that I'm going to be taking impressions from as well.
Can't wait.
We've got keys. Look at this. Take your house key, do an impression, and then turn it into your mixed media. This one I love. I've got a lot of these metal butterflies.
Yes, so do I.
You'll know because we've been lots of craft fairs where you've purchased them. But to have them then in the form of a stamp is just absolutely incredible. Look at this. Elastic bands.
I've got a load of those in my drawer.
Exactly.
I might be bringing them through later.
Drawer later then, Lily.
Get through, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. Bubble wrap. Look at this. String. And the list is going on. This is not an exhaustive list, by the way. Look at this. This is
I love that
I'm
one.
That is so borrow
fun.
from Christina. Pasta swirls.
Yeah.
Spirals. Those lovely twigs that you see lying on the ground. Pick your twigs up. Look at the little shells. So if you love collecting shells, this is absolutely fabulous. And then I love that one. That's a scoring board.
Such a good idea.
Scoring board. How clever is that?
Wow.
And this is not an exhaustive list. There is, honestly, you can take so many of your different items, and once you're finished with them, and you're probably thinking, well, what are you going to do? Why are you going to do it? You can turn it into your card making. Lovely Julia, I love this one. She told us earlier, she absolutely so enjoyed making and using this foam and then creating in a card making. Look what she's done with the buttons. It just looks absolutely incredible. Look at this one from a, do you know the entwined hearts folder?
Yes.
That's what she's done. She's used that one to create this. This one is a bit of bubble wrap.
Oh, wow.
Look what Christina's done. So you can take it into your card making, and the only thing you're going to need is a little bit of ink, and then you're going to get your heat tool. And can I just tell you, I have been waiting and waiting.
You and me both.
And waiting patiently.
Not so patiently on my part, I'll be honest. I've not been patient. I've been, when is his heat cool coming? When is it coming? Where is it? I want the heat tool.
I gave up asking Leanne in the end, because I've been asking her for absolutely, I'm talking a couple of years now, maybe more. But it's here. So we have finally got it. It's in our, and you'll recognise it with the family of the Gemini and the kind of colour scheme that we've got. Lovely sleek white with the purple. It's got a 2 heat setting, so your slide button is here on the side. Shall we do it there? There you go, lovely. So you've got your heat setting, 1 and 2. It's nice, long and slim as well, and it's also got your lovely little mechanism on there, you know, your stand, so that you can stand it so it can cool down as well. It's absolutely incredible. I got so excited. I was like, guys, when are you sending me meat tool? I need it. But more importantly, this fabulous foam. And it is remoldable, and it also means as well that if you want to keep an impression, do you know, that's why I've put 4 blocks in there. Perhaps there's an impression that you really like and you don't want to get rid of it straight away, and you want to recreate it. Like I found with this butterfly one.
Ooh.
Someone's left this behind and it's still got the butterfly in there.
I won't be remoulding that.
Until it's being reactivated with the heat, it will hold its shape.
Absolutely.
So it's really clever. So if you love a particular thing that you've done with an embossing folder or with your, you know, your little bits and bobs around your kitchen, whatever it is that you love, and you really enjoy it, you can keep it in. So I'll come back and show you that in a second. But what we're going to show you is, now randomly, what shall I use first?
Oh, so many choices.
Look, honestly, I raided Johnny's packets before. I literally raided his wallet before he
Johnny's got no dinner money now. He's not having any dinner. Oh.
Do you know, he made me count it out. He made me count it out, but I've taken I've taken his coins. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this, but I'm going to show you first of all what you need to do with this. Right now, it's in its solidified form. It's in the foam, the solid form, but we're going to activate it with the heat, which is why we've got the heat tool and why we've got that heat pad. So, the foam pad. But it literally is. Pop it on. I'm going to get mine up to the highest setting, so I'm going to go number 2. Yep. Obviously, with any heat gun tools, you'll know yourself, Lily. You just need to let it warm up a little bit.
Absolutely.
And before you do that, you always get the better impressions. But what I'm going to say is, pop your heat over it, and you need to be moving it around. So do you know, like normally we tell you not to waft?
Yeah.
We want you to waft on this one because we want you to cover the entirety of. Let me just move my points out of the way. Want you to get all this up to the optimum temperature, and you'll know because you'll feel it warming up. But you want it to be hot, you want it to be mouldable, pliable, and that's why we've got that heat tool there. But I'm making sure that I'm going across the whole of it.
We've got a few hellos. We've got lots of lovely viewers joining us this morning. We've got Karen, Angela's in, Jerry, Linda, Ryan, Patricia, good morning, Rachel. Carol Ann's already popped her order in. Rachel Brown, Christine's wondering if the foam is going to be a regular staple. Well, I'm hoping so.
Well, yes.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Jeanette's already ordered. Alison's saying the foam looks fabulous. And we've got a few questions.
Ooh.
So does this foam have to be hot when the impression is made or just warm? Was wondering if you could do an imprint of either a baby's hand or a pet's paw, or would the foam be too hot, says Rachel B.
Oh, now then, that's something that I have not been asked. And I'm not sure. And all I would say is, because you do need it to be warm, that's quite warm now, but I would be very careful if you're going to use, especially a baby.
Yeah, I would say probably not.
No. Yeah, I'm going to say no to that one.
No, because you do want it quite warm. I mean, you can touch it, but I mean, I've got to be careful what I say because I know I've got asbestos fingers. But I definitely won't be putting a baby's hand in it.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to, shall we say no to be on the safe side? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you'll do is you'll push your coins in there, or you've got 2 ways of doing this actually. Now I can feel that little bit there is not hot enough. I'm going to lay mine flat onto the mats. You can use I've seen people use things like tape on there as well. Can you see the impressions there? But I want it to be a little bit hotter. So I'm going to carry on doing that, Lily, while you carry on asking questions.
Oh, brilliant. So Caroline Hanley wants to know as well, does the heat gun fit in a totally Tiffany embossing station?
Ooh.
I'm not sure.
Well, do you know what? We'll find out.
Yeah, we will definitely find out for you. If not within this show, we'll make sure we've found out in time for the proper
Can you see what's
launch.
happened, Lily? Now I've reheated it. Can you see?
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's like magic.
Honestly,
it's
like magic.
magic.
Honestly, it is. It's just like magic. It really is. I think I might use my 20p. That's got a good impression on there. Because you do need to push it right in there, or push down into it. So you can leave them on your glass mat. The only problem there is they might slide around with them being coins. Yeah. So for me personally, I'm going to push them into my foam, and I'm going to get a few of them ready to do. But I want to make sure that is really, really warm.
I have to say that's the technique I found easiest, to actually push them onto the foam on top.
Yes.
But of course, when you guys get yours home, just have a little play about, find what works best for you. But I did find actually as well, the first time that I worked with it, the foam wasn't quite hot enough. And you'll know instantly if the foam's not hot enough, because you won't get as deep an impression as you might be looking for. So just make sure it's nice and warm. as Debby is.
exactly. So when you pop that on, then we can start now pushing in, and let's get a few of those into there. Give them a really good push down, and I'll do the same with that one. And I'm gonna deliberately go in and
Oh, I like that.
push a few down in. But isn't it clever? It's so clever. It really is. I've never known anything like it. And I got really excited when I heard about this. So again, I can see the impression there really well. But you really do need to give it a good push down. Now, I'm not going to reheat it right now. What I'm just going to do is pop my ink over, because it's in that mouldable shape now. And I don't know if you can see there. Can you see? So I can see that the ink's on. So, sorry, the impression's in. Let me go in with my... Let me grab an ink pad. Which colour shall we go with? Ooh. Shall we go with a blue?
Let's go for a nice blue.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
wow, this is proving so popular. Of the UK stock, 10%'s already gone, and we're not really supposed to have it on this morning. We're not even launching it till 6 o'clock tonight, so it's what, another like 6.5 hours till this actually launches, and 10% of the UK stock. Wow, I think you guys at home are just sort of like seeing, wow, we need this in our stash. We've only just scratched the surface. Debbie's just shown us that first technique and how easy it is to use. But I think you guys at home, I mean, look at that instant wow.
It is an instant wow. And because you've still got quite a bit of ink on here, I could get another impression. So let's go in. It'll probably give you a second generation one.
Yeah, with mine, I think, because we did a little video, you might have seen it on the, I think it was on I'm a Crafter's Companion last night. We got about 4 or 5 off the same one.
Exactly.
And
you can sprinkle it with a little bit of water. So do you know a little with a spritzer? You'll get a different look. I'm not going to lie. You'll get a different look. You'll get
nice sort of diffused distress effect.
A distress
Great for
look.
background.
I promise I'll keep your money safe, Johnny. I promise. I'm just going to push this to one side.
And
I think I might have lost
well,
your 5p somewhere.
What you push into the foam doesn't get damaged. It doesn't get mucky or anything. So that money, Johnny can have his money back, and it's just the same.
Exactly. And what we can do now is I'll just do it because I want to show you, and I'm going to try and do as many as I can throughout this this first show. Because we're not sure what's going to be left. But you just give it a clean, or spritz it with, because I would not normally use these kind of wipes. Where's that spritz? I've just had it there.
You can use your stamp cleaning station with it.
Thank you very much, Lily. I was just going to say the same. Yeah, you can use your stamp cleaning as well.
It's about the only time I clean anything. I'm not good at cleaning my stamps.
Do you know, I keep forgetting I've got that.
I know.
I'm
terrible.
To use it because I'm so used to having dirty stuff.
Oh, I know. I'm the same. I'm awful. Do you know what
literally, you take that ink off now, and then if you, like I said, if you like that and you don't want to get rid of it straight away, you want to come back to it.
Keep it forever.
Keep it like it is. Or if you want to reactivate it, all you'll do, and I'm just going to grab a little tissue as well.
And that's why I was saying that it's a good idea to, if you can, go for another pack of the foam, because you probably will find, I mean, like that butterfly one that Debbie's got, you will find that there is impressions that you really, really like. You might want to keep, just like you'd have a stamp in your stash, you might want to keep that foam. So by getting an extra pack, you've got that option to keep some that you leave as ones that you sort of remould and repurpose, and then some that you leave in that that sort of impression state. So you've got the options there. But wow, look at that, the magic is beginning.
And it is, you're going to watch it, which is why I'm deliberately doing it with this one. But you literally just take your heat appliance back over, so you're going to take your heat gun over, and then you just go back and, again, waft it around. You want to cover the whole of that surface. But what I've now got is a stamping foam again, that's now clear and ready, back in its shape. This is why I call this magic foam.
It is.
It's the specialised foam, but I'm going to deliberately, and I'm going to get our lovely Charlotte to zoom in now really close, because look what's happened.
Ooh, it's going in.
It's gone. So that whole impression's now gone, and it's now ready for me to reuse for something else. Now, if you do love, and this is why I've kept this butterfly one, I say me. I found it.
Finders keepers, Debbie.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. Finders keepers, you know, I can have that. And again, let's go in with a bright pink this time.
What sort of ink pad would you recommend for use on the foam?
I prefer our water reactives, but you can use. Yeah, well, I'm saying you've got to be careful, because I prefer water reactive.
Yeah.
I think you get a better result with water reactive.
So.
And the fact of the matter is, then you can spritz and things like that. But can you see now? That's why it's being kept, because we love this print and we've kept it. And do you know, I thought I chopped all my little pieces of card up, but guess what? I keep putting them
Perfect
down,
size.
but again, just pop that over your thing and literally, and you don't, do you know, like with a stamping, you don't need a stamping platform.
No,
You're
not
just
at all.
going to take it over and then it literally creates that print.
Wow.
It's honestly just incredible.
And instant as well.
Instant,
That
yeah.
instant,
And like I
wow.
said, all you'll need to do is, again, the second generation. Shall we go
Why
back
not?
in and see what we've got left over on that one? So again, it's just absolutely sensational. It really, really is. And again, a lighter touch, but doesn't that look lovely? That's like a soft pink. But again, all you'll do is you'll clean up your stamp, so we'll spritz it again. Let's give it a little spritz with water. But because I like this one, oh, do you know what?
Oh, that looks like it's going to be a nice impression.
I was just going to
Come on,
say, shall we
Debbie.
grab a piece of
We're not
cardstock?
wasting that. Oh, no.
Shall we grab a piece of cardstock?
Go on.
'Cause I probably wouldn't have popped.
Have a look.
Get a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit of an
Oh, that's
I
lovely
see.
for a back. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Oh, yes.
Oh, can tell me. Little
Oh,
things,
dear.
please. Little things,
It's going to be a lot of oohing and ahhing throughout today, I think.
Yeah, this is just absolutely, it's just incredible. And that's as basic as it is. And I said basic, there's nothing basic about this. We have been waiting with bated breath for the release of this one, because when we first all heard about it, we all literally were blown away by the concept, the idea. Now, I like that print, so I'm not going to remold that one. I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to keep it as it is, and it will stay as it is, and I can come back to that time and time and time again. I love, and that's why we do recommend, if you love, and there's certain ones, and there will be ones that you use that you absolutely love, then keep it in that form, so you don't have to redo it, and then you know you can go back to that time and again. But to transform your favourite things into stamps is proper exciting.
Certainly
And shall we have a little flick through again?
Yes.
Because you've seen me do coins, you've seen me do the butterfly, you've seen how to activate it. We will, like I said, talk about the heat tool and the Totally Tiffany and things like that, those questions that you've been asking. We'll do our very best to find out for you. But let's have a look. Shall we do the overhead again, Charlotte?
Oh, yeah. And if you if you're wanting to get another pack of the foam, it is at the bottom of the screen. So I'd say get that bundle and get another pack of the foam. Because if you've not seen this swatch book that Debbie's about to show you, it's going to blow your mind. Go on, Debbie, take it away.
Hessian fabric. That's what you can create.
Wow.
And doesn't that look sensational? It looks absolutely brilliant. All the way through the day, we're going to be talking about this. We're going to be showing you if we have enough in stock. But we will try our very best to get through so many different things. I've got resin flowers at the side of me. I've got a key. I've got some wood. I've got some embossing folders. I've got all sorts, lace, the lot. Because these are the kind of things that you can be doing. Still waiting for my leaves to dry out.
Oh, come on, leaves.
Joe, can't wait. Come on, leaves, get dried out.
Get them on the radiator.
I think these are just incredible. So you've got paper clips in there. We've got scrunched tin foil.
Wow.
I love this because it's got that rag roll effect.
Yeah.
And it's a decorated term I'm using there, but do you know that rag where you take your rolls and put it through paint? That's that kind of effect.
Amazing.
Just absolutely beautiful. Look at the detail you get with the fine lace. It is incredible. I just honestly, looking at that detail,
That's amazing.
it's just amazing to think that you could do that with lace. That looks real.
I know.
Absolutely. It almost looks like I pick it up
Amazing.
off that page. It
does.
just absolutely fabulous. Resin flowers. I've got some resin flowers later that I'll show you. Screws and nails. Wooden embellishments that you can use. We've also got lots of different things in here from the forms of stencils. So you can take your favourite stencil and turn it into a stamp as well, which just looks absolutely incredible. Mini pegs. I love the knitted jumper. I can just imagine. I mean, please do make sure it's a jumper that's not on someone when you're doing this.
Wow.
When you heat it, it's setting it, you're not pushing it into someone.
Come on, give us your sleeve. I want to make a stamp of this.
Excuse me. Zips. The same with zips. Make sure the zips are off. Don't be just impressed putting that into your foam. Buttons. I love the idea of the buttons. That looks really, really effective.
I mean, it could be a full background like that, or it could just be one individual button. You don't have to use that full piece of foam for your impression.
Exactly, and I'm going to do it because I've got one of my favourite metal dies, which actually it looks like this one. To be fair, I can't remember who's done this swatch, but we've got great minds think alike. But some of your favourite dies, there might be an element of that favourite die that you want to capture in a stamp.
Absolutely.
Look at this. That's exactly what you're going to do. Sequins. Scatter your sequins all over and push them into that foam. Take them off, and then you've got that lovely stamped, and you can see all the sequin little heads there. Just absolutely, they're detail is sensational. The background stamp looks incredible. The cotton lace, so you could do it with your cotton lace. You could do it with any of your favourite dies, any of your favourite embossing folders, round head pins. Embossing folders, we will always say the better impression you will get will be with a 2D rather than a 3D.
Yeah.
But that's not to say don't try it. Try it. Try
Absolutely.
3D if you want to try 3D.
Because if it doesn't work, just reheat, remold, easy.
You've got your lovely coins again on there. We've got the keys, the detail on the key. I can even read who made the key.
Fabulous.
Absolutely amazing. Metal embellishments, elastic bands. I mean, come on, Lily,
Oh,
look
wow.
at that. That
That's
is
so
just,
cool.
it's insane, isn't it, when you think?
Yeah.
And you can literally line it across the top of your foam pad and just push in, so you could have lovely little patterns
Yeah,
onto there.
of course.
Bubble wrap. Look at the bubble wrap. That looks absolutely
So cool.
fabulous.
I think that'd be amazing for things like teenage cars, men's cars, where you want something that's a little bit more funky. I think this is going to be the perfect product to go for. Those pasta spirals.
Those pasta twirls are just
Wow.
absolutely fabulous, aren't they? I love that.
Imagine
the
if
twigs
you're,
look. The twigs look like little bone joints. Do you know?
They do, don't they? I can see that.
The
yeah.
shells, and again you can
Gorgeous.
see the detail on there, and then the scoring board. I mean, that is just insane. And I can actually, when you turn it, you can see the scoring board detail on there. It's just incredible. And to think that that comes from this piece of foam, to think that this foam is literally the reason why you can take absolutely anything and turn it into a stamp is just, is mind-blowing. I still, and I know you, and I keep thinking, how does that work? How does it... That's one of those head scratches, but it does work, and there's so many different things that you can do with it. And the fact that we've got the heat tool, I mean, this heat tool is going to come in so much use for things like all your heat embossing techniques, when you want to dry off your inky backgrounds, and of course working perfectly with our heat moldable foam, which just enables you now to become a stamper extraordinaire, because you're going to turn absolutely everything into something really creative, literally, in front of your eyes.
That's a perfect word as well. It is so creative. You don't need to be an artist, but it is really creative to actually be finding anything you've got in your crafty stash, anything you've got out in the garden or you find on a walk, turn it into a stamp is absolutely incredible. Don't forget, of course, the best way to get this new launch is to get both the heat tool and that heat and mould stamping foam together in that one click. £29.98 or $36.90. In platinum, that's going to come down all the way down to £23.98 or $29.52. Don't forget, of course, you can get them separately, and we do have a separate UK and US heat tool. But the way I'd be going for is I'd be going for that bundle and then additional pack of that heat and mould stamping foam. You've seen with Debbie how absolutely incredible that is. You're going to be wanting more. It gets a little bit addictive. It's like, what can I make an impression of? What am I going to push into this mould? What's going to be my next custom-made stamp? So definitely do pick up another set of that foam if you can. Now, I'm going to breathe. I'm very excited. I can't wait to go home tonight to actually play with my heat tool and foam. But a few little mentions on socials, because you guys are as excited as we are, which is absolutely fabulous. Shadiah is saying how gorgeous Debbie looks today, and I have to say I agree. Debbie always looks fabulous.
Oh,
she always has a lovely dress in. I always come in the morning and say, oh, Debbie, you look lovely. But Shadiah is agreeing as well. May Simmons is saying this is amazing. Couldn't agree more. Sandra Dundas, this is a lovely story actually. She's saying, my trusty old heat gun gave up the ghost a couple of days ago. I've been there. I've got about 4 heat tools in my cupboard. They're not going to be used anymore. I'll be using that. But anyway, Sandra's gave up the ghost. Yesterday morning, after seeing Craig using a Crafter's Companion on the Advent Calendar demo, I went looking for it, but no luck. Now I know why, and hey, she's popped her order in early this morning. I don't blame you. What perfect timing as well. But then we've got Sandra is asking, Debbie, what does that foam measure, please?
Oh, yes, it's 4, I think it's 4 by 3 and a half.
3 by 4 and something.
Yeah, I think it's 4 1/4 by 3. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 3.
Yeah, and it's about an inch or so deep as well.
Yes.
And as well, we have been asked, can you use both sides of the foam? And I can tell you, you certainly can.
Absolutely.
So yeah, even more value if you like. So you've got 2 in 1. So you've got sort of like 8 rather than 4.
There could be 8 of your favourite impressions that you want to keep before you because all you have to do, the only thing you ever have to do if you want to get rid of a pattern, or if it's a pattern that's gone not quite right for you or you don't like it, you just heat it back up and it smooths itself out. It's like magic. Well, right before your eyes, just disappears and goes back to its natural form.
Amazing.
It's absolutely.
Lorraine is asking, she's been looking for a plaster stamp with no luck. Could I make a plaster stamp with this foam? Of course you could.
Oh?
Pop. Yeah,
Yeah.
anything you can make an impression with, give it a go. I'd like to see your results as well. And I can't wait to, when you guys get this home, share your pictures. I can't wait to see what you're going to be making impressions with, because I'm sure you've got some amazing ideas. But enough excitement about this launch. I'm tired out. But we've got so much more coming up today apart from this amazing launch. We have got a fabulous craft along. I am super, super excited about this one, and I know you guys at home will be as well, because Debbie was mentioning earlier, we had a lot of requests as to how to make these real show-stopping items with our 3D macro floral embossing folders. Within the bundle, you are getting 3 different embossing folders. They're measuring 5.5 inches by size, 3D embossing folders, so amazing depth and dimension, all those sculpted levels of embossing within those folders. And we're also bringing to you in that bundle the 12-pack of aqua pens as well. But I'm going to take you through the boards just to see the absolutely fantastic designs that you get within this range. We do have a slightly smaller bundle than, as Debbie referenced earlier, than we had at launch. Basically, it was so popular that a couple of the designs have sold out, but you can still get a slice of the action. You can still get your hands on 3 fabulous embossing folders, same value as at launch, so we've not sort of made the saving a little bit worse because we've run out of someone's. Still an amazing saving on this collection, and you are getting the pens as well. So what designs are we actually getting in this collection? First of all, we've got this fabulous Pretty Peony, and it is a 3D embossing folder, 5.5 inches in size. I mean, if you actually look at the embossing folder itself, you can see all the levels of detail in there. Absolutely incredible. When you bring in your inks, I mean, this is just being inked with the one colour of ink pad, picking out that detail. It looks absolutely incredible. Focusing on this sort of macro design, so really zooming in on these beautiful floral designs. How incredible does that look? But think about snipping into these designs and actually decoupaging them up for even more depth and dimension. I mean, that looks almost realistic, just with the pink ink pad being added onto there. You can see all the pollen in the centre of that, and that's the lovely Lily. It wasn't named after me, I did ask, but no, that's your lovely Lily embossing folder, and look how stunning that is. And again, 5.5 inches in size, all that detail in that embossing folder, just incredible. But what are you going to be using with these embossing folders? I know Debbie's going to be using inks and some of our aqua pens later, but maybe you're going to be embossing these onto black and using some of your gilding waxes. Maybe you're going to be doing white on white and adding some glitter, maybe for wedding cards. Absolutely stunning. That detail in the centre of our heavenly hellebores, just absolutely amazing. These are, let's be honest, they are showstoppers. All you need for a show-stopping card is to emboss one of these, perhaps a sentiment, maybe a bow, add a little bit of colour in whatever your chosen medium might be, and you've got one of those mantelpiece pleasers, one of those cards that's really going to take centre stage on any mantelpiece. But of course, we're not just bringing you the embossing folders. I mean, for 3D embossing folders, that price of £20.80 or $28 in platinum would be amazing in itself. But of course, we're Crafters Companion. We're going to be bringing you even more. So we're bringing you the primary set of aqua markers. You're getting 12 different aqua markers in here, perfect for use with your embossing folders that we've just looked at, or great for any of your colouring techniques. Worth $22.99 for this alone. What? I'm sorry, but the maths, I'm not quite computing. So platinum is £20.80, but these alone should be $22.99, and you're getting that and 3 almost brand new, like a month oldish. And when did they launch? They launched October time. They're about birthday of the maths doesn't quite add up, but in a good way. So definitely grab this deal if you've not already got these. Maybe you have already got them and you're thinking, I absolutely love these, I want a gift for a crafty friend. Maybe this is going to be 4 different gifts. Maybe you're doing a crafty secret Santa and you're going to give 3 friends an embossing folder each, and someone else is going to get a pack of the pens. Think about different ways you can split this up, but you are getting those aqua pens as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So 3 of these fabulous embossing folders, 12 aqua pens as well, for platinum price of £20.80 or $28. Absolutely amazing. These are stunning, and I can't wait to see. Debbie's going to give us, obviously she's not doing the craft along until 2 o'clock, but she's going to give us a little taster of the sorts of things we can look forward to in this afternoon's craft along. So Debbie, what have you got for us?
Well, I'm going to use the lovely Lily, because I love flowers. Anything
Me
floral,
too.
I love. I love these because not only are they 3D and you've got that extra depth, that extra sculpture, that extra dimension, but you've got that lovely close zoomed in feature of the floral, and I absolutely adore them.
Something a little bit different as well. I can't say I've seen
Honestly,
anything
and I
like
know
this.
that Leanne said that these possibly have been her favourite ever launch of 3D folders ever throughout the entire range that she's been involved in creating. So they're absolutely gorgeous. So I am going to use that lovely Lily. I'm just going to take some plain cardstock. So when I say plain cardstock, it's our multi-purpose cardstock. These are 5.5 by 5.5. I trim mine down just to go slightly into our folder. I don't know about you, Lily,
I always do the same, actually. Always, yeah.
So I've actually taken this piece of cardstock that measures 5.25.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and that just for me means that I know that it'll fit into there perfectly. I mean, there's nothing to stop you from trimming it down at any point. You know, you don't have to worry about it, but I just prefer it that way, and I just think it fits a little bit neater into your folder. So you're placing that into the folder, and then we're going to run this through our Gemini machine. Now I am going to use the platform for a 3D folder, which is the clear plate, the folder with the paper inside, your magnetic shim, and then lastly the plastic shim over the top. And that's any 3D folder. That would be the recommended plate combination we recommend to you. There may be a time that you might need to tweak it. So and you'll know that with your machine. It may be that that's too much of an impression. So I would always omit that one with the metal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I know people say you can just do it with a 2. Yeah, absolutely can, but you'll not get that same 3D sculpture.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
just think sometimes you might be able to just do it with a metal one inside there.
Yeah.
However, I know that this machine should be absolutely fine because we use this machine day in, day out.
Absolutely.
So we should be absolutely fine.
And as well, multi-purpose card that you're using, very, very exciting. A4's back in stock, guys.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Is your order not in yet, Debbie? Because mine is.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Been
Lily,
waiting for that. I've had the design team chase me. When is it coming back in stock? I'm saying it's coming, it's coming. It's back in stock. So if you need to stock up on your multi-purpose, like I think Debbie does, get yourself on the website.
Excuse me. Do you know what? I was going to use.
Ooh.
I might actually use my goals. Oh, I think I'm going to change it. I'm okay. A woman's prerogative to change your mind, isn't it?
That's part of the fun of crafting, isn't it? It's,
absolutely. So I'm going to use lemon tonic and I'm going to use honey pot instead because it's the Lily. I might even use a little bit of orange as well, just round there. So let me grab some... those tools have gone down, Lily.
I know, I was thinking that the other day.
This were overflowing.
Yeah,
now then, let me try. Let's see if I can find a...
And the brilliant thing about using embossing folders is, of course, you can use whatever cardstock you like, whatever colouring medium you like, so you can really personalise them. It's totally down to you what colours, what sorts of finishes you go for, and I think it gives you so much creative freedom, which is absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of ink onto there and go in with the... I'll pick up the lemon tonic first and go in.
So are you a square blending tool girl or a round blending tool girl? Or you're not fussy?
I have both.
Well, of course we are all have both.
Of course, you've got to have both, haven't you? But if I was saying anything, I would probably say the bigger one. I can cover more area.
Very true.
So that's why I tend to use my square square
It's daft why they call it square, because one day I stopped and I thought, wait a second, this isn't actually square.
I've actually asked this question many a time. I'm like, why do we call it a square when it's clearly an oblong?
Have we ever had an answer?
No.
No? Oh, there we go.
No, it was just the way it was meant to be.
Why not?
Bless it. But yeah, no, we know, and it just differentiates between the two. So you've got a smaller one that covers smaller surface areas, and then the larger one. You get blending both the same ways, but it's just I think it's a personal preference, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah.
But the beauty of these is that you can absolutely, and you mentioned it earlier, Lily, use lots of different colouring materials to colour them in with. I'm going to show you lots because we've got this on later as well. Because you can colour things like use craft metal or your silver mirror card can
Yeah.
colour it with alcohol pens.
Oh, yes.
You can use Centura Pearl. You can take pencils over the top and colour
Absolutely,
with.
yeah.
You can use alcohol mediums,
I mean,
aqua pens.
yeah.
The list goes on and on and on.
I have to say I'm really into at the moment colouring my embossed images using alcohol pens. So it gives you almost like that no lines colouring technique, because you've not got that stamped outline like you would with if you're using stamps. I think it gives you a lovely, almost like hand-drawn effect. So these will look amazing with all your alcohol pens. Maybe you're into your tri-blends, perhaps it's your illustrators, whatever it might be. We've got so much within that Spectrum Raw range, so many goodies to play with. Just have an experiment, just with all your different colours. But how amazing does that look using your inks? What a beautiful colourway. Let's be honest, we need colours like that this time of year. Outside, it's not great, is it? So we need a little bit of sunshine in our craft room.
Do you know when we got out of here last night,
Oh,
Lily? I actually thought I were in like the throes of like some kind of, it was Baltic.
It was last night.
I hadn't noticed how cold it was up here. And I literally did that. I was so cold. And we went back to the house. I'm like, I'm really cold and I don't know how to work the heating. And there was nobody there to help me. I'm like, oh God. So I ended up going to bed, wrapping myself up in my duvet, fluffy socks on, the lots. Nightgown.
You've got to have fluffy socks at this time of year. Probably a couple of pairs on.
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
We've got snow forecast though. Oh yes, they're saying perhaps some snow at the end of this week, so I'm absolutely dreading it, I'll be honest. Yeah, snow.
Oh, I hope that's up here and not down at my end.
Oh, thank you, Debbie. I'll be coming back down to Sheffield with you. Get me away from the snow. See, I love looking at snow, but if I have to go out in it,
exactly,
no, I don't like it at all.
No,
it's beautiful to look at, but...
Right, so I'm just literally, and all this is adding the two colours, and you can see that detail brought up. And because of the more raised effect, and you can see where the 3D really lies in that centre. So you've got your levels, different levels of embossing detail on them, but they're just absolutely exquisite. So I'm just going to go back in with me lemon tonic, but I am going to add another colour, I think, to the mix, because I just want to add a little bit of, I don't know if I have a bit of orange, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It's either orange or red I'm going with.
Go for a bit of orange, I think.
I know. Or maybe a bit of brown.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A bit more of vintage effect.
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux will be perfect.
Oh, I think Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a Bordeaux.
Oh, let's hope so. This is the thing, when you've got all these inks, there's so much to play with, so many choices, isn't there?
There is, yeah, that's the lovely thing. And I'm going to use some gilding wax as well, so I'm going to throw some gilding wax on there. Going to do a little bit of a splash technique as well. So, yeah, I mean, literally, you just have so much fun with it.
Absolutely.
You really are going to have a lot of fun with it.
We do have a bundle of gilding waxes on the Shop the Day page.
Have we?
Not a lot of them in stock, but we do have the full range. 5 gilding waxes within that collection. So if you are thinking, I quite like some gilding waxes, or perhaps you want to treat a crafty friend or some Christmas gifts, definitely do check out the website, because we do have that bundle of 5. But like I say, stock's looking a little bit lean. We don't know if it'll still be here for this afternoon's craft along. So definitely a case of the early bird catches the worm. Less than 50.
Yeah.
So get in there quick, because once you see what Debbie does with them, you'll
I'm glad I've
you
gone
need
in
your
with
gilding
Bordeaux.
waxes.
I quite like this Bordeaux.
Doesn't that frame it beautiful?
Yeah, I think it's just adding that little bit, so it's worked really well. And it's sometimes just having a little play with colours, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It would just see, I mean, at the end of the day, what's the worst thing that's happened?
It's a piece of card.
It is.
And usually there's some way of saving it. Just leave it for a bit. I would say walk away, come back to it with a pair of fresh eyes, probably have a cup of tea in the meantime, bit of refreshment, come back to it with a fresh pair of eyes, have a look. There's usually a way of saving it. Maybe it's going to be another layer of ink, maybe it's having a different colouring medium in, but if you're not happy with it at the end of the day, piece of card, start again and have another go. But it's all about playing and experimenting. How incredible does that look? Adding that Bordeaux brings the eye, draws the eye into the centre, looks absolutely incredible. Wow.
So glad I changed. I'm so glad I changed my mind with my colours, because I'm really loving this colour. I think it looks just glorious. And I think I might just add now that little bit of, I think I'll just do a little bit of splash of, because obviously they're water reactive. So I'm just going to, my problem is, Lily, I don't know about yourself, but is when to stop.
Absolutely, yeah.
When do you stop adding ink? When do you stop going back to it?
Yeah.
But I'm really loving that. It just looks incredible.
Amazing.
And I'm just going to dust over those little flicks on the Lily, just there, just like that. Perfect. I'm going to stop though, because I know I'll get a bit
sure?
carried away. Yeah, I know that. I know
usually
what I'm
have to
like.
actually physically walk away and say,
Physically
Lily,
walk away,
that's
yes.
enough.
Stop, because you'll end up spoiling it. We don't want to do that. So literally,
how about these with your shimmerings? So Thea is saying on YouTube, she did the rose with my shimmerings. I bet that looked amazing. So if you were lucky enough to get those brand new Spectrum Raw shimmerings that we launched during birthday, wow, will these look amazing with those inks?
oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to do a little, tiny little bit of a splashing of the water.
Oh, and this for me is another of those techniques that never grows old.
Never
I think
ever.
it's
Full
amazing.
bleaching. Oh my days. I will never tire of using that for that reason. And that's why I do love my water reactive inks. And the longer you leave it on, the more obviously the ink soaks up. But just take your tissue back over and it'll have lifted and just creates a little bit more extra dimension. And of course now I've got my addition of our...
Ooh, could that be a new heat tool,
Oh,
Debby?
well, that's it, yes. I think I might just give it a little bit of a blast just to dry that off a little bit before I add a little bit of gilding wax as well, because you've got to have a little bit of gilding wax.
Gosh, yeah, a little bit of shimmer and shine.
Exactly. But you can see what that's taken is that multi-purpose cardstock and it's transformed into this beautiful embossed detail. I've very, I mean, I've barely done anything with it, to be fair.
Well,
I've added a bit of ink. A little bit
I didn't
of
want
ink.
to say, Debbie, but yeah, it wasn't hard, let's be honest.
No, not at all. And I will not, I'm not in the slightest bit offended, because it's not hard when you've got something, and this is why I have always been a fan, and I can't even tell you how many I got, Lily, because I've got...
You and me both, Debbie.
I'm probably going to say it's not just hundreds.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to say there's a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I have been collecting embossing folders for... ever since I started crafting.
Me too,
And I've loved, and obviously back then it was just 2D ones.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But they came in all different shapes and sizes.
They did, yeah. First one I got was just polka dots, that's all it was, just some polka dots, but I absolutely loved it. Still got it to this day.
I know, it's just, honestly, there's ones that I've collected from all sorts of different companies.
Yeah,
and of course, obviously, Crafters, because Crafters Companion used to do those great big A4 ones that I absolutely loved. Remember the Embossalicious?
I do, Embossalicious.
Embossalicious.
Yeah, we've got a few of those.
Embossalicious. That's it, we'll say it quietly.
Yeah.
But I'm just adding that little bit of gilding just to the edges there, and I'm going to go a little bit around the edges of the flowers. I'm not going to go too mad because I'm really loving the colour of this, but it just gives it that little bit of a lift.
What colour are you using in your...
So this one is King Gold, and then I think the other one is Empire. Yes, it is, yeah.
I can never remember the names of those, you know.
Yeah, so there's Empire, so we have, there's Silver, and then there's
I know that
King
one.
Gold, Empire, there's Renaissance and Antique.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, oh no, everybody remembers that one, don't they?
You
'Cause
don't,
there's only one.
See, I'm quite good with... I know pretty much all the ink names. I'm pretty good with those, but the gilding waxes do struggle.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think it's because I've been using them that long, and sometimes you can just take a look at a colour and you'll know which one it is. So I'm going to leave that as it is though, because I'm decided I'm going to get too carried away and I'll end up maybe going a bit too much then, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to give that little bit of a buff up, because obviously once you put that down, that is absolutely perfect for that. And then I'm just going to bring in the card base. So I've made myself a card base. I've actually gone with our gold and black because I've already cut it to size so that it fits over the top. I'm so glad I changed my mind with this colour now.
Me too.
So I'm going to just literally line that up over the nope, wrong tape pen, Debbie. That's the dotty tape pen.
You will find a bundle of our straight tape pens on the Shop the Day category. You've got a pack of 12 fabulous saving on those with your straight tape pens. Perfect for your matting and layering, as you can see Debbie doing here. But do check out the website for that lovely little bundle. I say little, it's not a little bundle. 12 tape pens, plenty of sticking power there, plenty to keep you going for a little while. But you know, if you're anything like us guys, we get through them quite quickly, so definitely a perfect opportunity to stock up. Getting 12 for £30 or $52.50. That's not even platinum price. If you are in platinum, take an extra 20% off that, so it's going to be even better.
And I'm just putting some foam just onto the back, because I'm going to lift it a little bit. So let's just pop a little bit of foam just onto there. And then I'm going to pop that onto a card front. And like I said, you can make, this is what I love about embossing folders, you can take a piece of cardstock, transform it, bit of ink, colours, whatever. I mean, you can make it as hard as, you know, as easy as you want it, to be fair. But you're transforming it and you're making a real statement piece in terms of your card making.
And the brilliant thing about these embossing folders, with them being the 5.5 inches in size, that nice statement piece, so you don't really need to do too much to the card itself if you don't want to. If you just want a few simple mats and layers, maybe a sentiment, you're still going to have a very, very striking card without having to add lots of layers, without having to add tons of embellishments, die cuts, whatever it might be. So if you don't have a lot in your crafty stash, maybe this is one of your first crafting purchases and you just really want to use those embossing folders to take centre stage, absolutely that's going to work perfectly. The hard work has really been done in that design, in that beautiful embossing folder. So it just leaves you to get creative with all your different colouring mediums. I mean, wow, doesn't that look incredible? That pop of black just looks so striking, and you will find a pack of 80 sheets of that black card on the website. So if you're needing to stock up on our matte black card, do check out the website for that. But by adding in that black with the bright colours, it makes those colours really pop. That is a showstopper if ever I saw one. Wow.
So, and it literally, like I said, you just take in a piece of card into a embossing folder, bit of ink, bit of gilding wax, and hey presto, you've got a beautiful card, a statement piece that's going to look more than a mantelpiece pleaser, but because people will absolutely love the detail, and they'll be like, "You made that?" Be like, "Yeah, yeah, we did."
They're going to think you're some
Because that's the
sort
thing
of
you can
artist.
do with these, and it is literally. I'm just mounting it onto a card base. And all I'm going to add now, Lily, is little sentiments. So I'm going to go in with, now I need me dotty tape pen. So let's pop that onto there. So I'm using one of my favourite ones, Lily.
That is, honestly, that's everyone's favourite die. The amount of us craft experts that are putting that on projects, I love that die. I think it's absolutely fabulous. It's one of our Gemini mini dies that we'd love. And I remember when we launched these, I want to say it was about January time. I remember having the conversation with Craig saying, I think the sentiments from this collection are going to be our go-tos. And look, exactly that happened. We all love the sentiments. They're a perfect size.
Mine sits on my craft desk.
Me too.
Yeah, they sit on my craft desk and they don't move.
No.
And I use them time and time and time again in terms of when I want to add that sentiment. And that's exactly what I've done with that. I've just added a sentiment onto there and you've seen me make that from scratch.
Absolutely, yeah. There was no pre-done piece.
Nope.
All that you've done was the matting and layering. Let's be honest, that's quick and easy to do anyway. You've done that from scratch. You've started with a white piece of card and you've ended up with something like that. My goodness me, if that doesn't show you how incredible these embossing folders and easy they are to work with, then I don't know what will. But this afternoon's craft along was just a little bit of a taster for the amazing techniques that Debbie's going to be diving into a little bit more depth this afternoon. So make sure you're joining Debbie and Craig at 2 p.m. because I know it's going to be an absolute cracking show. Now, a couple of comments. A lot of you guys are loving that demo. Even our lovely Nicole Brathwaite's dropped in saying it's looking beautiful, Debbie. Could not agree more. Michelle's saying the black makes it pop. Absolutely, doesn't it just? Hillary's saying, wow, she's never seen an A4 embossing folder before. They're amazing. They're huge. Steve and Nicole's just ordered more heat and mould stamping foam, plus more multi-purpose A4 and Wilso carrot pen. Lovely. Nice little order there. Charlotte, I got about 70 of the tape pens in total. She stocked up, which good job as she used them every day, just like we all do. Now, that was an absolutely fabulous first half of the show. I think we might need a little bit of a lie down, just a couple of minutes. You guys need to check out your baskets though, because like we say, that launch is going quickly. And while you check out your baskets, do enjoy this little video we've got about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook. where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. Have you checked your baskets out? Have you grabbed that brand new heat tool and your heat and mould stamping foam? I hope you have. You've got to be quick because it is going really, really fast. I'm hoping it's still here for 6 o'clock, otherwise I think Craig's not going to be too happy. He might be having words, but grab yours and we'll worry about that later. But make sure you are checking out those baskets. Now, as if I've not tempted you with enough gorgeous crafty goodies already, I've got something else that you might want to throw in your basket. This is our Nature's Garden Wisteria collection. We're going to have a little bit more of a deeper look at this on tonight's launch party, but I want to give you a little sneaky preview because we're now down to the 17-piece selection. We are selling out of elements, so make sure that you get yours as soon as possible to secure sort of the biggest bundle that you can with the best saving. So 17-piece collection on your Nature's Garden Wisteria. Platinum price is £74.78, or in the US it's $96.77. But what are you getting? Well, you are getting an absolutely stonking collection. So much included within this range. We're going to start off with the Rustic Window 3D embossing folder. I mean, we've just been looking at embossing folders and 3D embossing folders in particular, and all the amazing effects you can create with them. But that again can be a complete card in itself, just absolutely stunning. And then if you're into your embossing folders, how about bringing stencils as well into the mix? Here we have got our Wisteria Whisper embossing folder with our matching stencils. So emboss your cardstock and then use this 3-part layering system with your stencils to get not only the embossed but beautifully coloured design as well. Bring out all your different inks. Maybe you're going to be using some of your shimmer inks with these as well to give it a little bit of luxury. It's going to look absolutely incredible. And then we come on to 2 dies which I would say are absolute staples in your crafty stash. They're going to be scene setters for any other dies that you've already got and you want to use with these. This is your ornate window. You get that lovely detailed window design. You can of course be snipping into this and lifting those actual windows open, so it can be an opening window. You've got that gorgeous ornate detail at the sides. Think of all the different cardstocks you're going to be cutting this in, maybe craft card with a bit of ink, but imagine all the different flowers and vines you're going to have trailing around that window. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Along a similar sort of vein, we also have our timeless birdcage die. And again, I'm thinking of all the different things you're going to already have in your craft room that you're going to be adding to this. Maybe you've got flowers, maybe you've got little bird dies and stamps that you're going to have sort of flying around this birdcage. Amazing detail in there. Think of that cut in your mirror card for that sort of metallic effect. Maybe you're going to cut it in black and add some gilding wax, but just an absolutely stunning die. Then we come into what perhaps might be my favourite in the collection, because I do love a nesting die, and when you've got ornate detail in those dies, it gives your makes that absolutely beautiful sort of intricate feel. And within this die set, we're getting 4 different sizes of the ovals that all nest within each other. I mean, the smaller one would be perfect for your sentiments or little gift tags. The larger one could be used to even create the card blank in itself to have a freestanding shaped card. But beautiful, intricate, ornate detail within our timeless cameo we've got in there. And then we come into one of our edgeable dies. This is our trailing wisteria. Of course, we could have it in that orientation, could even have it on the side if you prefer. Amazing detail in there. Classic sort of edgeable style we've got to this, where it cuts out at the bottom, but there's no cutting blade at the top, allowing you to have that cardstock at that top section as long as you like. So brilliant for creating all your concept cards. Maybe you're even going to be cutting this along the sides of a box for a really ornate feel. Maybe it's going to be the stopper of an easel. Perhaps it's going to be the bar on a Z-fold card, but an absolutely stunning die you've got there with your trailing wisteria. Then we come on to a set of matching stamps and dies. This is our wisteria design that you've got in the stamp form, but you've also got that outer die that enables you to cut that design out with ease without the need of having to fussy cut by hand. Perhaps you need a quicker make and you've not got time to fussy cut all those elements out. You've got the die there that will allow you to do that very quickly and easily, but an absolutely stunning design. Then we come on to our whimsical wisteria. So you've got both your wisteria flowers and the leaves as well. Of course, you can be using these completely independent of this wisteria collection. You could be using these with any of your flowers. Maybe you've got some flower forming elements and you just want some foliage to tuck underneath, then these are going to be absolutely ideal. And of course, you can be inking through that die to get that sort of coloured detail on the vines as well. A really versatile little set of dies there to have in your crafty stash. And then perhaps you are into your flower forming and you're going to be using some of the foam that we're going to have a little look at later that's included in the collection. You're going to be cutting these dies from foam and creating the most incredibly realistic wisteria. This is our wonderful wisteria die set, and if you watch back at the launch of these, I think it was the 21st of November, Sarah created the most incredible, realistic looking wisteria floral arrangement using these dies and the foam. But wow, doesn't that look absolutely amazing? Then of course, no collection will be complete without some sentiments. And we've got beautiful font on these, a range of different sentiments. You've got things like thank you so much, with love. And then you've got something a little bit more heartfelt, like distance means so little when someone means so much. But the mix of fonts on there gives you that beautiful, almost like handwritten style that's going to finish off your makes absolutely perfect. That's our Today and Always stamp set. And then this is something that I absolutely love, that we seem to be doing more and more often, and I think it gives your makes that real special touch, is to have the matching stamp and die so that you can build your own sentiment. So perhaps it's going to be best friends, perhaps it's going to be friends of the family we choose. By having the mix and match element to these, it means you can build up those own sentiments to really personalise your makes, and that font is absolutely gorgeous. That swirl on the F really does give your makes that elegant finish, which looks absolutely perfect when paired with the wisteria elements. And then along the same sort of theme, we've got the beautiful stamp and die set, and again the same sort of idea where you can mix and match and build your own sentiments. And then we come on to your sort of, I'm still going, it's absolutely incredible. That's all your tools. Then we come on to more of the consumables. You're getting your 6x6 inch paper pad, absolutely stunning, 180 GSM, double-sided, uncoated. Perhaps you're going to be adding your gilding flakes, maybe you're going to be adding your gilding waxes, perhaps embossing these, inking them, or just leaving them as they are in their full glory. You've got the slightly more detailed and almost like more intense, more layered effect on one side of the paper pad, and then on the other you've got the complementary but slightly more toned down, slightly I don't want to say plain because there's certainly nothing plain about these, but slightly more background in design on the other side. Those colour tones are absolutely stunning, beautiful quality in your 6x6. And then you get in your vellum. The fact that you get vellum in here, I think, is absolutely wonderful. Gives your mates that real sort of special, ethereal almost touch. This is 8x8, same sort of designs as your 6x6, but just in your 150 GSM vellum. Oof, blimey, I'll need to lie down after this. The amount you're getting is incredible. You're also getting some of your flower forming foam. This is all the colours are complementary to the colours that we've got in our papers in the collection. So perfect for use with your dyes as well for all your flower forming. And then we've got seam binding ribbon. Again, 3 different colours that are all going to match with the cardstock and the papers within the collection. Just absolutely beautiful to tie your ribbon bows and perhaps put on your gift bags. Just to finish off your makes, it's going to be absolutely beautiful and so well coordinated. And then what I'd say is perhaps the crowning glory to this whole collection, a new and exclusive item. You won't find this in any of our previous Nature's Garden collections or Sarah Signature or any other range we brought you before. It's our petal powder, and this is going to give your floral arrangements, your foliage as well, a realistic tactile finish. You apply it using your wet glue and then just sprinkle it over to give you that texture onto any of your flowers and leaves. You get in 3 different pots in 3 different colourways included in the collection. Wow, what an amazing range of elements. I mean, the amount you get in, I'd say when you get this home, spread everything out on your carpet, just have a look, drink in everything that you're getting, all the different 17 elements, and then just get playing. It's been designed so that everything works together. You've got your dyes, you've got your stamps, you've got your papers, you've got so much within there. A proper collection. You know, everything works together beautifully, makes your crafting so easy, so enjoyable, and that wisteria theme is absolutely gorgeous. 17-piece collection, platinum price is £74.78 or $96.77. Amazing value, but the most important thing is, what can we do with it, Debbie?
Oh, well, loads, absolutely loads. I was lucky enough to be involved in the first look, and the loads, honestly.
We were all very jealous of you, Debbie.
Oh, I love this collection. I can tell you, it's just absolutely beautiful, and that paper pad is off the charts, amazing. It really is. But what do you use? Where do you start? I'm going to start with that 2D embossing folder with the stencils, because this is one of my firm favourites. Again, I've taken a piece of multi-purpose cardstock that's going to fit inside this 6x4 folder, and I'm just going to run that through. Now, it is a normal, it's a normal size folder is the word I'm looking for. So a normal folder in terms of embossing, I'm meaning 2D, so it only needs to have the 2 clear cutting plates with it. I'm going to run that through the machine.
We have had a quick question saying, is it the complete collection or is bits missing? The only 2 elements that you're missing from that original launch is the 12x12 paper pad and the 6x6 inch decoupage topper pad. Everything else is in the collection, and like I say, you're still getting that amazing saving, but there is just a couple of elements that are missing. But like Debbie's going to show you, can still have, I mean, you've seen how much we've got included. You can still have lots of crafty fun with it, plenty to play with.
Absolutely. And the one thing I love, and at a minute you're thinking, well, I can't really see very much, but
where is it, Debbie?
Yep, it is embossed, but it means that you've got a stencil now that picks. You don't have to worry about where you're going to colour it. You don't have to look for those lines. You simply place your stencil over the top and then you choose your ink. And I'm going to choose, let's go for green topaz for this first one. So we're going with a green topaz. Of course, you can use any inks through these. Any pastes, could be a texture paste, it could be a glitter paste.
Tell you what would be nice through those, if you've got the Sarah Signature Winter Sparkle, the 2 glitter pastes in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nice.
Absolutely. There's so many different things that you can put through a stencil. And of course, ink being predominantly the first one that we reach for. But yeah, the shimmer inks, I've got a shimmer ink actually outside of me, I might use that. But it literally picks out all that detail, so I don't have to work it out. It's all done for me. And then again, the next one that we're going to move to, let me just put that there for a second, is we'll move to the second piece. So the second piece fits over, and they've been perfectly sized, perfectly scaled to go straight directly over that embossing. Do you know what? I think I might use
Oh, choices.
Shall I?
Go on.
Yeah,
Go for the shimmer. Go on.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just
I mean, you could even be putting your gilding waxes through these. There's nothing to stop you from using your gilding wax to stencil with. I know it's something we don't do often, but absolutely you can still be doing that. That'll give you an amazing result. If you emboss this on black and use maybe 3 different tones of gilding wax, it will give you a very different effect, but I think that would look really, really striking.
Yeah, really lovely. So again, just lift that off and it's
Oh,
picked it out for
gorgeous.
you to perfection. It's honestly, they're just incredible. I absolutely adore them. And then lastly, shall we go in with another shimmer?
Yeah, let's do
finish
it.
with another shimmer. But lastly, your third part is this one. And again, you don't have to work it out. You literally just line it up over that embossed raised detail, which you've already done because you've already popped that through there. Let's go in with a bit of a sugar plum, shall we? Oh, now then, have I got a... Let me just clean this one. I won't be a minute, Lily. I'm just going to clean my pad.
Absolutely stunning collection, this one. I know you guys are loving it as well. Like I say, it's almost a complete collection. The only little bits that are missing is that 6x6 decoupage topper pad, your A4 card and that 12x12 pad. But you are still getting so much in there. In terms of the papers, you've still got the vellum, you've still got the 6x6 pad, you've still got the flower forming foam, so plenty to play with. And all your sort of tools are still included as what we had at launch. So lots and lots to get crafting with in there. I mean, 17 pieces, you saw how much you're getting. Wow, look at that.
Absolutely
gorgeous.
Beautiful. It really, really does. I've used different colours on my finished one that I've actually done a little bit of matte and layering, but you get the gist, how easy it is to emboss. So not only have you got that lovely raised emboss detail, but you've now got that colour. I haven't done anything apart from use the product and literally just chosen the inks. Just wipe them down with your warm soapy water or with a cloth or something like that, but that's now ready to go on to my card base, so I'll just push that to one side. I've actually already pre-cut some flowers because I wanted to do a little bit of flower forming as well, so I've already pre-cut some flowers. Let me move my inks out of the way. Do you know when you start with a great big space at start at day?
Oh yeah, and it's about 1 centimetre square by the end of the day.
That's how it's looking at the minute. I'm starting to think, oh my God, I should have been clearing
it's
up as I've
closing
been
in.
going along.
It's one of those, it doesn't matter how big my craft space is. And like I say, I'm lucky enough to have 2 craft rooms. It's never enough room. It'll never be enough room. I could have a whole craft house, and I pretty much do at this point. It's never enough room. You end up working in a space that's about a centimetre big. But oh wow, look how easy it is to shape those. Using your craft iron and your ball tools. Oh, there's something so magical about that as well. When you put the petals onto the iron, they puff up, shape them. So easy to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just using a little craft iron. You can use any iron. The only thing I would say is don't use a steam one that's got steam.
Oh no.
Because you don't want the water effect.
No.
Water effect? You know what I mean? You don't want the water. I still say water effect. Debbie, stop saying water effect. You don't want that effect. You want you just want an ordinary iron, cheap as chips iron, absolutely fine. But you can see the longer you leave it on, and the higher the setting as well, the better the cup you get each and every single time. So I'm just bringing in my foam now and my ball tools, and I'm just going to shape those into the shape, because what we're going to do is start to put this together. Now I was here when Sarah did those flowers.
Oh, they're amazing, weren't they?
I said to her, they're just fantastic.
Yeah,
she did such a good job with them. I'm going to show you a different way on how I do mine, but yeah, just amazing what she did with it. It was stunning.
Yeah, but you can use your heat tool as well if you want to shape your flowers, your flower forming foam. You can heat it up using that new heat tool. I know I do that quite often myself at home if I can't be bothered to get the iron out. My heat tool's right next to me, and that's another way of heating your foam as well. It is of course heat activated foam, this flower forming foam. So by adding that heat into it, whether you're using an iron or if you're using a heat tool, that's what allows it to shape. It's been specifically designed for all your flower forming. You can see the amazing result that Debbie's getting just by a little bit of shaping using her ball tools and a flower shaping mat. It really does bring it to life and start to build up all that dimension on those petals. But very quickly, very easily.
Absolutely amazing. Honestly, I love our flower forming foam.
Me too.
Just so, I'll never tire of it. I'm just so glad we've not retired it off and we're just bringing out lots of different colours.
More colours, more colours.
Exactly.
We've got some more colour coming in January, but I didn't say that.
So I've taken one of the little frames from here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my glue gun up because I've dropped my glue gun.
Oh no!
I know,
I'm always doing that.
Don't even ask me how I did it. But
you need your Totally Tiffany glue stand.
Oh, it's gone.
I'd noticed that on
Did
Sunday.
you know? Yeah, I asked John the other day and I said to him, where's the glue stand on?
Someone's had it.
We need it back.
Yeah,
we
it
need
does.
it back because it is a fabulous tool. It really is a fabulous tool. So, yeah, we might have to see if we can talk to him and see if we can get it back in. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue just onto the top. And again, I'm just going to start and I'm going to build my flowers up and I'm just going to scrunch them. So I'm going to literally take this and we're going to just build up our flowers and just add them on in lots of different scrunched up areas. That's how I'm going to do my wisteria. Wisteria is an hanging flower. So,
it is, yeah.
And as long as you remember you started with the largest and then coming down to that smallest, you'll be absolutely fine. So I am going to use though, because it is hot glue, so I'm just going to remember that.
Be careful.
And I'm just going to pile it up and be careful.
And would you recommend hot glue for use?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I'm the
always do
same.
with my
Yeah.
flowers. I prefer the hot glue. I know there's stamens and things like that that you can pop into there as well, but it's easier.
Yeah, I'll always hot glue first and then add my stamens just to make sure
Yes.
I've got it in place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but our hot glue gun is fabulous. Do check out the website for that if you're looking for a hot glue gun. It's a nice size that it's big enough that you get sort of enough glue in there if you like, but it's not so big that it's cumbersome. I used to use a glue gun in the past that was a little bit large, a little bit cumbersome to work with. Took up too much space on my craft
Yeah,
desk,
this is
quite
perfect.
frankly. But
Yeah.
that one's a perfect size, and the fact that it's that Crafter's Companion branding, you know your new heat gun's going to match with it as well.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
if you've got your Gemini machines, you've got your new heat tool, you've got your glue gun, everything's going to be matching. Everything looks absolutely fabulous. I have to say I do like that. When you've got all your purple and white tools, everything just looks nice and matching.
Yeah, I
Simple
like things that match.
Yeah, me too. When we work with them all day long, you know, you want your craft room to look nice.
So literally I'm just starting with that largest one and then I'm going to work my way down. So I've got the next size ones in and you can just continue, and it literally is just laying them on top of each other. Because of wisteria, I mean, those flowers that Sarah did, oh my God,
wow.
they were stunning. However, there's ways around it as well. So you can, if if that's something that you think's a little bit too much for you, then you can always do this method, which is just literally taking your flowers, popping them down with a bit of glue, layering them up, and again I'm just popping a little bit into that centre.
But it
Because
still
I've
looks
already
equally
shaped it, it's
fabulous.
fine. I don't have to worry about shaping anything, but I'm just layering them up inside each other.
It still looks just as absolutely fabulous. Just a slightly different technique, but
Yeah,
it
just
still
a
looks
different
amazing.
technique, that's all it is.
Yeah, and the beauty is within that foam pack, you get different shades of the purple. So if you are wanting to create your wisteria in different colours, you can do that. Or maybe you're going to be having different shades of that purple on the same flower to give you more of a realistic finish. You can do that as well, so you do have options. I was looking into wisterias the other day, actually.
Oh,
a little bit
yeah?
of research. Did you know they're a member of the pea family?
Oh, I didn't.
No, I didn't know that. Yeah, they're quite interesting, these wisterias. They first originated in Korea, Japan and China.
Oh, didn't know
Yeah.
that either.
Yeah, they're very symbolic in many cultures. They symbolise good luck in Japan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lily,
So,
you've done your research.
I know a bit of an encyclopedia on this Tuesday morning. But yeah, I was quite interested. I was quite shocked they were a member of the pea family. But they are an absolutely stunning flower, and you can get them in lots of different colours. White wisteria, quite popular at weddings.
Yeah.
So maybe you've got some of our white foam, you can be using these dyes alongside other foam that you've got in your crafty stash to get different effects. Maybe you want to actually be cutting them in your white foam and colouring themselves. Maybe using some of your quick dry inks or your water reactive inks, some of your pens maybe, to get your own custom coloured wisteria flowers. Of course you can do that. Lots of different options, but how amazing does that look using the 3 different tones of purple, the darkest at the top, cascading down to that lovely pale purple at the bottom. Gives an absolutely incredible effect, but easy to put together. I mean, you've just seen Debbie build that up from scratch, showing you how it's not complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be really time consuming.
Yeah.
It looks fabulous though.
And it just gives you that lovely hanging feature. So it doesn't have to be at all overcomplicated. Keep it really nice and simple. So literally, that's now ready to go on to my cards. So I have actually, I'm not gonna lie, I did cheat. And I did
Debbie.
use some of my paper because I love the paper and pop some gems on. And I did say it's one of my favourite papers.
You can, of course, the 6x6 is still included and the 8x8 vellum, still included in that collection. It's just a 12 by 12 that you've not got. So of course you can be doing this in a slightly smaller scale with your 6
smaller
by
scale,
6.
yeah.
But you get an
absolutely.
amazing effect with the vellum, just a slightly different effect, but it would look absolutely fantastic if you are using that 8 by 8 vellum. There's something so elegant, so expensive looking about using vellum on your projects. So imagine that with a piece of vellum, it would look incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and the vellum would, especially if you put it behind some white cardstock, it
yeah.
would make it pop
Absolutely.
even more. So I'm literally just going to construct now my card. So this was the one that I did earlier, I'm already mounted there. I've got myself my little piece with me flowers on there, ready to do all the cascading.
Ooh,
I've
cascade.
got myself a little sentiment. I've got a ribbon on there as well. I'm getting a ribbon ready. So I've got the ribbon. I've got myself some of those trailing vines as well. So everything all comes together, and you just start about where am I going to place things? How am I going to pop things on? Let's have a little feature. Let's have a look.
And that's the thing I love. I love arranging all the elements, having lots cut out, lots stamped out, ready, and just playing about with it, how everything's going to match together perfectly. And that's the beauty of having a collection like this, when you've got all the elements that match together absolutely wonderfully. You can just have a play, like Debbie is, have lots of elements to hand and just play around with them until you're happy with that composition, and then stick it down once you are happy.
Exactly.
I do always say have a play first before you stick it, maybe then take a picture on your mobile phone so you've got that reference, and then when you come to stick it back together, you know exactly what you were thinking. I'll be honest, when I do that, I change my mind halfway through. I'll have my picture and that was my plan. I'll start sticking it down, I'll go, oh no, I'll have it the other way. So, well, you know, the thought was there.
I am really bad for it. So I don't stick anything down, but I take a picture and then I rearrange, take a picture, and then I'm sat there scrolling back and forth, which looks good. I just think, Debbie, just get on with it.
I know.
You're spending all this time
I can be a right
wondering.
faffer.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one. So I'm going to stick
I like
that down
that,
there. Foam again, let's pop a little bit of foam just onto the back.
And of course that sentiment is included in the collection. I have to say I love the sentiments that we've got in this one.
Well,
The font's
these are really
beautiful.
lovely.
Yeah.
They're very heartfelt as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
But it's just a super collection. It really
It
is.
is.
Distance means so little when someone means so much.
Aw.
So let's just pop that into, make sure I've got that nice and straight. Yep, there we go. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of foam just onto the back of there as well. So let's go in. Oh, there we go. And then just take that off, and then I'll add my little bow. I've already put some gems on there. We've even covered you with gems too. I mean, I've used some from my stash, but you've got is there gems in there too? We've got all
No,
sorts,
there's
haven't
the ribbons in there. I don't think we're getting any gems in the collection, but you
is
do
there no
get
gems in this one?
No gems in this one.
Oh, it's me going too well. You'll have to excuse me.
But you do get that lovely seam binding ribbon. That ribbon that you're popping on now is
God,
definitely
the ribbon
included.
is beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. I must say, I've already ordered my second pack of that.
I'm not surprised.
Of course,
I'm
because
not
I love
surprised.
it.
There we
The
go.
colours
In
are
fact, I'm
beautiful.
just gonna
Oh,
leave
that's a
it
bow and a
there
half.
because I'm quite happy with that. So there you go. Just bringing the elements together. Absolutely beautiful. They really are gorgeous, these. I love this collection. I have from the minute I saw it and laid hands on it, and love playing with it ever since.
Absolutely stunning, Debbie, and I think that shows perfectly how everything works together just beautifully. Bring all the different elements of that collection together and you get an absolutely stunning masterpiece, just like Debbie has created. Now, if you want to get your hands on that Wisteria collection, 17-piece collection, platinum price of $74.78, or in the US it's $96.77. Definitely check out your baskets on that one because it is an absolutely gorgeous collection. Now, back to the really super exciting bit, our brand new launch. You guys are going crazy over this already, and we've not technically launched it. Technically, we're not launching it for another 5.5 hours, but the stock's already going because you guys are seeing how absolutely amazing this is. Last time I was here, I called 10%. In the UK, a quarter of the stock has gone. Oh dear, I've seen Craig walk past earlier, he'd probably giving me daggers, staring daggers at me, saying, what are you doing selling all the stock before my show? But you guys can get it right now, and that's definitely what I would recommend. If you've only just tuned in, we are now launching our brand new Crafter's Companion Heat Tool. We've got a separate one for both the UK and the US, so make sure that you are shopping on your correct website and getting the right voltage for you. but exactly the same in terms of the fact that this is a brand new Crafter's Companion heat tool. 2 speed settings. You've also got that sleek ergonomic design, so it's really easy to work with. You've even got that built-in stand, so perfect when you are cooling that heat tool down when it's not in use. You've got that built-in stand as well. You can use it, of course, with your heat and mold stamping foam that we'll come to in just a moment, but you can use it for all of your heat embossing, for drying your inks and paints like we saw Debbie do earlier. You can be doing it, using it with your shrink plastic paps, using it with your flower forming foam to heat that foam. So many uses, but to have it in our Crafter's Companion purple and white branding is super exciting. We've been waiting for this for so long, and finally it is here. And as if that wasn't good enough, we've got another fantastic launch coming your way, and you can get the bundle of 2 for platinum price of $23.98 or $29.52. You're getting 4 sheets of this heat and mold stamping foam. But what exactly is heat and mold stamping foam? Well, as Debbie says, it is magic foam. It's absolutely amazing. You can use this to create your own stamps. So anything that you can press into this foam, and you can press in almost anything. We've used carpet, we've used brads, we've used bustons, we've used embossing folders, we've used absolutely all sorts. I mean, Debbie went through earlier the sorts of things you can actually press into this. All you need to do is you need to heat up your foam using, of course, your heat tool, which is perfect for that. And then you take whatever material you like, press into that heated foam. That will create an imprint onto that foam. Then use an ink to ink up that foam, use it like a stamp, clean off that ink, and you can reuse that as many times as you like. However, if you want to create a different impression onto that foam, all you need to do is reheat the foam. It's completely remoldable and reusable. Reheat it and it returns to its original shape, ready to take another impression. Absolutely incredible, so much fun to play with. You're getting 4 blocks included within this set, but I would recommend, if you can, I'd be going for the bundle of 2, and I'd be sticking another of these in my basket, because once you get started playing with this, it's one of those, it's like, what more can I do? What more can I do? And I find I was going out on walks and runs, and I was looking around and I was like, that's quite a nice leaf. Shall I take that? And I'd be coming home with leaves and twigs in my pockets, ready to take impressions of. But it's absolutely brilliant whether you are using outdoor materials like your leaves, like your shells, or if it's anything you've got in your craft room. I mean, my craft room is fit to bursting, let's be honest. There's all sorts of goodies I can be pressing into this. Is it going to be metal charms? Is it going to be stamps? Is it going to be embossing folders? Is it going to be die cuts? My goodness me, there are so many options. Once you start working with this foam, you won't be getting enough. So make sure you definitely do pick up these 2 brand new items. So excited to have these here. Your heat tool and your 4 pieces of your stamping foam. An incredible launch, and we're going to be looking at this in even more detail on tonight's launch party. But Debbie's already shown us a few techniques. Amazing. Just grab it while you can. But another super exciting thing is we're still in the midst, about halfway through now, well, exactly halfway through, of our 12 Days of Craftmas event. And today's amazing offering is that we're offering you up to 50% off selected items on the website. So if you click onto the website, there'll be that bauble you can press on that bauble, and it will take you onto all of the items that are included within this incredible promotion. You've got prices as low as £1.49, amazing. And everything on that category is £25 or $30 and under. That advent calendar, yes, this year's 2022 advent calendar is included. I know, amazing. We've got some of this year's launches, like your garden gnomes, like your Sarah Signature Frosty and Bright. Definitely check it out and bag a bargain, because it does end at midnight tonight. Very excited about that. Now, I'm just going to pop down before I pop back up, as no pun intended. We have got our amazing pop-up vase collection that we're going to be bringing to you. I say we, I'm not going to be here tonight. It's going to be Craig and Debbie tonight, but they're going to be bringing you this pop-up vase collection. Amazing little collection, lovely price point on this at £22.38 or $25.52 in Platinum Club. You are getting 20 dies within this collection. It only launched last Friday, so super hot off the press, and you're getting 2 die sets. And this is going to allow you to send personalised bouquets in an envelope. So cool and innovative, so cheerful, so uplifting, but so easy to create. So our first of the 2 die sets is our Pretty Vase die set. And this is going to enable you to create your own 3D vases, which look amazing when they've popped up, but they actually fall flat for posting. So these can go in a regular envelope, and just when they're taken out the envelope, they can be popping up and they can bring a smile to your recipient's face, especially when they are sort of filled with your lovely flowers like we've got here. So you've got your outer die that you use to cut your vase, and of course you're getting full instructions included in the packaging, but you do also get 2 insert dies which you can use or not use, or use in different configurations on those panels to add the detail. This die, as Debbie will be showing you in demo in a bit, is that sort of mechanism that goes in the centre on which you can build your flowers around, and we are giving to you lots of other accessory dies to embellish your vase even further as well. So that's our pretty vase. But then of course no floral vase would be complete without some beautiful flower dies, and this is our delightful bouquet. You get a range of different flower and leaf dies within here. You'll also get some of the flower dies separate, which enables you to cut them in different colours of cardstock and layer them up for more of a 3-dimensional effect. Maybe you're going to be using your cardstock in different colours, or perhaps cutting them in white and colouring them by hand, maybe using your inks, some of your pens. But amazing to be able to cut plenty of these and add them into the centre of that vase. Of course, you can be using the 2 sets completely separately. You could be using your flowers to create wreaths or any embellishment that you want on your cards. And of course, you could also be using your vase with any other flowers you've got in your collection. Maybe it's some of your Nature's Garden wisteria. Maybe you're going to be using some of your flower forming foam flowers in the centre. But of course, the 2 die sets have been designed specifically to work together absolutely perfectly. So across this range of 20 dies, you've got so many different options, so much versatility within this collection, and it's brand new, it's hot off the press. You guys have been absolutely loving this. If you've not got yours already, what are you waiting for? Definitely pick it up. And of course you are getting 100 bonus points when you go for the bundle as well, which is absolutely fabulous when you want to be building up those rungs in your Club Inspire membership levels. Right, that's what you get, but what can we do? Debbie, let's have a look at a demo.
We're going to create a little pop-up vase, which I absolutely love these. This is what we're going to be creating, but they do fall flat, so they do fall lovely and flat as well. So for postage purposes, they're absolutely brilliant. So that's how it's been intended. But of course, I just want to show you a couple more samples. And I don't know if you caught the show with Michelle on Friday
night. Yeah.
So there's lots of different ideas on how you can use and create. So they could go on to the front of your cards. I mean, look how dimensional that looks, but when you fold it, it folds so flat. But it looks just absolutely incredible, because you're just going to pop that open and it can go onto the front of your cards where you've got that dimension. Of course, they are florals, so guess what you could take? Take the pop-up vase out and just use the florals.
Absolutely.
Take it into your home decor projects. Lovely Sarah did a beautiful one there, Sarah, did a beautiful one there, creating gorgeous flowers around a wreath. And then, of course, because it's just so many different ways you can use it. So I've chose those 3 literally to show you the different things that you can do with them. So there's lots and lots of ways, and our design team members are amazing. That have probably already been sharing their makes all over the Facebook groups for you. But it literally is a case of getting your vase die. So your vase die itself, it comes in so many different configurations as well. You've got a sentiment on there, you've got a little bow, you've got all the little decorative pieces. I can see Michelle's been using bits and cleaning out the die.
I'll
is it you?
I think I might have had them on last.
Oh, Lily, at least you warmed up, and I'll take it back. I love Michelle didn't make it. I bet she left it nice and clean. It was you,
It probably was me. I did have them on Sunday, yes.
Well,
yeah.
I literally did not believe you would ever leave it ever so dirty like that.
I don't usually. That was
You're
me
usually
being
quite
naughty.
good.
Yeah, I am, to be fair.
This is the mechanism that creates the inside connecting pieces where you will have your flowers to. But I'll come and talk about that in a second, because I've already cut mine out. I'm trying to speed things up a little bit. But you've got all that on there, and that one set of dies. That's the worker die. But then you've got all the rest, Lily. All of these, look at them, there's so many flowers on there, leaves, petals, wildflowers. Oh my goodness me, it just goes on and on. It's two-sided. Look at all that, 12 pieces in total. I just think this is going to be one of those sets that I think you're going to use time and time and time again.
I think so. I think those florals are going to be one of those florals you always have on your desk. I think that vine in particular is going to be very, very useful for use with any of your other flowers. So definitely one that you want in your crafty stash.
absolutely. So you'd cut yourself a couple of pieces of this out. I'm just going to do one because I've already got some pre-cut here for me. What have I done with that low tack tape again?
And
Gonna
all
be
of the
my low
dies
tack tape.
within this collection will actually fit through your Gemini Mini.
Yes, they will.
Every single one, even your vase, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is fabulous that they'll all fit through there.
Absolutely. So I'm going to just pop that through there. And let's just, oh, do you know, I keep dropping everything as well now. What am I like? So we will be focusing on these as well later on in the launch party too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, super busy, 40%. Oh, pop up. Have the day stop. Wow,
You're kidding?
be quick. Pop these in your basket.
Insane. We've not even, this is the first time we've brought them. This is the first time we've mentioned them.
Yeah, we've not even mentioned them before
goodness.
this. Wow.
Right,
Wow.
that's cut out the vase. You need to do this twice, so you're going to cut it twice. But it's also got the score lines in, so you don't even have to work out the score lines because we've done it for you.
Makes it so easy, doesn't it?
Oh,
It's just easy
honestly,
crafting.
yeah, super easy.
And
you
the fact
just
that you get
reinforce them.
Yeah, the fact that you get full instructions as well, included in the packaging, just makes it dead easy. There's no guesswork, there's no thinking having to go in with it. You don't have to go onto the website and try and locate the instructions and download them and print them off. They're already in the packet, nice and easy.
Now, this has come from that piece, do you know those decorative pieces that's in that pretty vase? And literally, they cut out the most gorgeous design, Lily. I just love them. Perfectly proportioned as well. Let me make sure I've got that lined up right. There
Oh,
we
that's
go.
lovely, isn't it?
To go on. And I've just lined mine onto my Xyron, but literally, it just gives you choices. It could be that you cut straight through as well, so you could create a nice little see-through vase. But again, it's just having that ability to really go decorative if you want, or keep it really plain. I've used black, and then I've used a textured cardstock in lilac just to highlight that design.
Oh, that's
and then
lovely.
I've done the same with my first piece as well. And all we'll do is we're going to just join those two together. So me personally, I would use a red liner tape.
Me too, yeah.
Only because it's a construction mechanism, and I want it to last me years and years and years. So I know we've got super strong, this is a super strong adhesive tape, we talk about it all the time, it absolutely is. However, for me, in terms of something that's going to be hard wearing and last a long time, red liner tape would be the one.
Definitely.
So again, all you're going to do is then just match that up. So we'll just bring that one in on itself. In fact, if I turn it that way, it'd be easier to see.
I mean, these are going to be proper keepsakes. You know that whoever you're gifting these to, they're going to keep them forever. So you want it to be nice and strong and hard wearing, because there's no way that these are going to be taken down and thrown away. They're going to be kept, they're going to be cherished. So make sure that you are using the right adhesives. But of course, you will find the tape pens on the Shop the Day category. You're getting a pack of 12 for a fabulous price. So if you are needing to stock up, we did hear a few of you on the comments saying that you are stocking up on your tape pens, and do check the website out for those.
Absolutely. So just making sure that's nice and burnished down on both sides of the joints. And that's your vase made. Literally, this beautiful vase. Now, the mechanism, and this is when I don't want you to worry, because we have in here for you step-by-step instructions on how to pop it together. And if I open that right up, you'll see taking you through the construction of the vase, taking you about how to put the vase together, talking about your divider dies, and you need to cut yourself 3 pieces, which is what I've already done. And then we're going to affix it, and it tells you, it even shows you how you're going to affix that together. So it literally is pop a bit, and again, I don't know about yourself, Lily, but it would always be, for me, red liner tape.
Yeah, absolutely,
Just super strong. But again, I'm going to go in, and literally now, I'm just going to join those up. So if I show you, and I'm going to try and do it, it's very difficult, because they're not overly big, but I just want to be able to show you. It's difficult in terms of camera angles.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the worst thing is, I've cut them out in black, and I've got black nails.
Oh,
I mean, normally...
What are you like?
I know, exactly. I mean, normally I wouldn't have done that, but there you go. You just join those two together.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side as well. So I'm going to just literally split that.
Nice and easy, but just following exactly what the instructions are telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I make these, I always make sure that I'm referring to those instructions just to keep me on the right track. They're really easy to follow. I mean, they're not... Sometimes you'll have instructions and they're written in funny language, you know, you're like putting a washing machine together, so you're thinking, what are they on about? But this is written in proper plain English. As a crafter, you will understand it. You get the little picture diagrams as well, so it really does take you through.
And I mean, how
step.
long did it take me to put those three pieces together?
About a minute, is
Super easy. Then you're going to choose. Now, I personally, again, I'm going to tell you right now, red liner tape would be the one. In fact, do you know what? Shall we see if I've got some? Let's see if I've got a little bit of red liner tape.
You will, of course, find red liner tape on the website. We do our 3mm, our 6mm and our 12mm. I always say you've got to have them all. Different adhesives, different uses. I think the 12mm is perfect for all of your sort of box flaps. Your 3mm is that lovely small width, so perfect for smaller projects that you might be working on. And your 6mm is somewhere in between. So of course, as always, you need all three. You will find those on the website.
So I'm just going to spread those, and then you put your glue over those. Because the mechanism itself is split into two parts, so you just want to go across them both. And the same with I do that all the way across all of those three pieces.
I remember the first time I made one of these, I was putting the tape on the two halves separately. Then I stopped for a second. I thought, why are you doing that? Just put it the whole way across. And I was faffing around with these tiny bits of tape, and I thought, what are you doing, you silly Billy?
I mean,
oh dear.
Sometimes though, it takes his brain a little while to catch up, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then you look back, you think, what was I thinking? Making my life hard.
Yeah. So again, it's just thinking. I mean, you could have, of course, done that with the tape. You know, the tape pen. Sorry.
Yeah.
My words today. I say my words today, but it seems to be every single day at the minute. Just having a strange time of it of late. Strange time.
Oh, we're hoping you're feeling better soon, Debbie.
Oh, bless you.
God. We don't like seeing you poorly, but you're doing a sterling job, as
Thank you
always.
very much. Oh, fine. Pick that smile on. We're okay, aren't we? And I'm literally, I keep thinking, because I keep getting it from the grandkids. I told you this before. Since the grandkids, especially our Safi, since she went to school, I pick up absolutely blinking everything. It's crazy, it is. Now, this little important part for me just to tell you is those two little pieces you want to stick onto it. I know it sounds crazy, but you want it to go onto the joint.
Yeah.
So you want it to go onto that split part. And it does, again, give you those directions in there. So if I just go in, and because this is where you're literally going to just place it in, and I'm just going to slot that in till I've got that down. And I know I've got red liner tape, but it'll become more apparent in a minute. And again, it's always tricky, black, white, whichever way you do it, it's one of those tricky ones to see. But again, depending on where you want your flowers as well, do you want to have them high up, low down? You can position that into anywhere. But if I hold that there, you can see now, straight away, really easy to do. And then to stick it, you're just going to close it and just reinforce them in to those positions. And it's that easy.
Yeah, and if you are worried about getting it in place right first time, just pop a little bit of tacky glue on the back of your red liner tape. Once you've taken the backing off, it gives you that little bit of wiggle room, makes it that little bit easier.
Absolutely. But that's it. That's how easy it was to put in there. So you know, try not to overthink these things.
That's the thing, isn't it? I think sometimes we overthink it and worry about it. Just go for it, follow those instructions, and you'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, and then all you're going to do is you're going to die cut. You've got the stems in there as well. You're going to die cut your flowers. I've gone for the what do they call that?
Echinacea.
Echinacea, is that how you say it?
I don't know, that's how I say it. I wouldn't recommend it speaking like I do, but
I know, honestly. So just cut all them out. I've even gone, because you've got all the lovely
leaves.
Foliage pieces as well. Oh, we are both Yorkshire girls.
Both Sheffield lasses,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to just do this. Now, I personally pop them in and then I trim later.
Yeah.
I don't know about yourself,
I think
Lily,
that's
but again,
easiest.
and it's just a case of whereabouts do you want to put. Again, are you going to use tacky glue? Are you going to use red liner glue? Are you going to use, I mean, what glue is it that you're going to use? I'm just going to pop in a little bit of wet glue, and I'm just going to start to position my flowers, and I'll chop the ends off because I'm going to have some lower down. I want it to look like a true vase with flowers. So if I've got anything hanging over, I can snip off. So I don't have to worry about that. And I know that that's perfectly positioned where I want it to be. And then I'm going to pop one in the back part. So let's have a little bit of glue just down the back stem.
And this is the really fun bit. It's layering all your flowers up. It's deciding on that arrangement. It's cutting all your different flowers out and then just having a real play around what's going to be at the back of the vase, what's going to be in the front, what colours of cardstock are you going to use. It's just that playing around. It's just having a fun, building that own custom bouquet. And of course you could be cutting the flowers in the recipient's favourite colours. Maybe they've got a favourite flower or a favourite colour of flower. You can really personalise that vase to whoever you're sending this to, and just have real fun in making up that vase however you like.
Yeah, and that's all you're going to continue to do, Lily. You just pop them in. But have some at the front as well, so let's pop some stuck down at the front. It's the fun part. This bit is the decoration part, and it's the nice bit. I find this the nicest part.
Yeah, definitely.
Where you just have a little play and start to build it all up. I've never been. I've been fascinated about floral arrangements.
Me too, but I've never done it.
I've always fancied having a go.
Yeah.
But I just don't think I'd be very good.
I feel like we would be, because we do it in our craft the whole time. Surely it's the same, maybe.
Do you think it is?
I don't know.
Do you know?
Surely that's what we're doing now.
Well, true. That is very true.
Just with paper. Maybe we'd be absolute experts. Maybe we should give it a go, eh? We could be like world champion flower arrangers. But yeah, I've always thought I'd quite fancy having a go at that. But
yeah,
my mum always says, oh, you wouldn't be very good at it because a florist has to have their hands in cold water all the time.
No way, Jose.
Oh, I couldn't be doing with that. Oof, no.
Oof, no.
Luckily, we don't have to do that with these paper flowers, but the thought of having my hands in cold water when I was working.
Oh my God, no, that'd be awful.
No.
Yeah. So again, all I'm doing, Lily, is I'm just arranging all my flowers in there and deciding where I'm sticking. Am I sticking it onto the centre? Am I sticking it in the middle? Am I sticking it on the back? Just have fun with it.
Definitely
literally.
have a play.
I'm just going to turn that around so you can start to see it starting to come together. Literally, let's just
Looking
go there. Yeah, so you can see it all coming together, and then just keep on playing. And I'm not going to try and do it back to front, so apologies, Charlotte, but I'm just going to bring it back to myself so I can see it better, and then carry on.
Of course, you can stick some to that bar that you've got in the middle, then you can stick some to the vase as well to create a really full arrangement. It looks absolutely beautiful. Just have a play, and I think these work really well with having plenty of flowers, having them really full and sort of bursting with flowers. Gives them a lot more life. I think makes them look really authentic and really uplifting. So do just have a play. Cut out plenty of your flowers. Whatever you don't use, maybe just pop them in a little plastic box or plastic bag to use in future for your other projects. Just get cutting. Maybe have your Gemini Mini or your Midi on a little lap chair in an evening with lots of scraps of your coloured cardstock, because like I was saying, if you caught this week's Second Chance Sunday, these are perfect for your scraps of coloured card. Cut these all out from your scraps, get them in a little bag, and then maybe the next day you're going to be in your craft room actually creating your vases when you've got all your pre-cut flowers. Absolutely fabulous. I mean, the results that you get with these is just absolutely beautiful.
Well, I'm just going to continue to do that, Lily. I have got mine. This is the dried finished one where it's all filled, and I've filled it with 3 of each of the flowers, and then just decorated a little a sign on the front. But yeah, just really nice and easy to achieve this look. And all you keep doing is just building it up until you're happy with your result that you've got. So I'm just going to continue to that, Lily, because I know time is fast approaching. Yeah, and I need to get the vote in, don't we? So shall I get the makes together?
Yes. So we've got 3 makes to choose from for our demo of the, demo of the show. I know we've managed to pack in 3 demos. We've got this amazing new launch, played with the foam. Blimey, we really have crammed it in today's show. But what are you going to vote for your demo of the show? Let's have a look, Debbie, what you got?
So we all feel like this was
years ago.
I know, yeah. So number 1 with our macro 3D floral flowers. Number 2 was our wisteria. And number 3 is our pop-up floral vase.
1, 2 or 3, what's it going to be? Get those votes in. Absolutely stunning cards. Going with a very floral theme today, which I have to say I absolutely love. I always say flowers are one of my favourite things. Flowers and butterflies to craft with, absolutely stunning. But if you are wanting to get your hands on that pop-up vase collection, I know it's been so popular over the weekend. If you've not picked it up already, what are you waiting for? Definitely pick that up. Have we got the boards? We do have the boards. I'm going to pop down so we can pop back up. I know I'm very, very well organised, popping them away already, but let's have a little look what we are getting included in this collection. You're getting 20 dies across the 2 die sets. And first of all, we have a look at our Pretty Vase die set. This is what's going to allow you to create that actual 3D vase that not only does it look amazing when it's popped up, but it actually folds flat for posting. So absolutely ideal to be popping through the post and sending to a loved one to really brighten up their day. You have that outer die, and you have the 2 insert dies as well that you can cut in or not, as you may choose. You can mix and match the two as well to get a range of different effects to really personalise this beautiful vase. And of course we're bringing you lots of embellishment dies as well, whether it be a sentiment, a bow, little banners, or even that gorgeous little love heart as well. A stunning set of dies. Of course we can see it here used with those floral dies that we also get included that we'll have a little look at in just a moment. But think of using this with all the other flowers, stamps and dies, maybe flower forming elements that you've got in your collection to really make this die set go further and make it work for you even more. Talking of flowers, we do have an amazing collection of flower dies included in this collection as well. And this is our delightful bouquet, and what a perfect name for it. It is truly delightful, especially when cut in lots of your different colours of cardstock. And like I say, what a brilliant die set as a scrap buster for all your tiny little scraps of cardstock that you definitely won't be throwing away for anything like me. But you can get the most amazing effects just from a tiny bit of card. Maybe adding in some of your inks or your pens to further pick out that detail. But a range of different flowers and leaves included. We're even bringing you that stem die as well, which is going to allow you to build those bouquets that are going to be popping out of that stunning vase. So both the vase die set and the flower die set included 20 dies for platinum price of $22.38 or $25.52, and we're also going to give you 100 bonus points when you go for this bundle, which is absolutely incredible. A really useful, I'd say a must-have die set. Like I say, you're going to be using them together for the most amazing results, but using them separately as well to make them go even further. Now, that's going to be something that you'll be seeing on tonight's launch party. But talking of launches, something super exciting, completely hot off the press, launch today. We say launch today, it's technically not launched until 6 o'clock, but I can see Craig out there. I don't think he's spied it just yet, but get yours while you can, because this is selling super fast. Because you guys at home are clearly as excited about this as me and Debbie are. Quarter of the UK stock even gone. You are getting your heat tool, brand new heat tool from Crafters Companion, 2 speed settings. You're getting the built-in little stand as well for cooling your heat tool. Amazing for use with this foam that we'll look at in just a second, but also brilliant for all of your heat embossing, perhaps for use with shrink plastic. Maybe you're going to be using it to dry your paints, your inks, anything that needs to be dried. You can use it with your flower forming foam as well. Just an absolutely core essential tool that you need in your crafty stash. And of course, we've got that lovely Crafters Companion branding, so it's going to match with your Gemini machine, it's going to match with your hot glue gun, everything's going to match in your craft room, which is just fabulous. Of course, there is a UK and US version on the website. And as if that wasn't enough, we're bringing you this amazing new product, which is our heat and mould stamping foam. Incredible, innovative product. It's going to allow you to create your own stamps from pretty much anything. All you need to do is heat the foam, of course, using your brand new heat tool. Press that image, whatever it might be, whether it's a shell, a stamp, an embossing folder, maybe it's going to be some tin foil. It creates an impression onto that heated foam. You can use that to stamp with, and it is completely remoldable and reshapeable just by reheating that foam again using your fantastic new Crafters Companion heat tool. Amazing, you're getting 4 blocks included in the collection. Like I say, you can get both the heat tool and the heat and mould stamping foam together. But as I've been saying throughout the show, I'd definitely be getting the bundle and throwing in another set of this amazing foam, because once you start playing with this, your mind will be whirring with all the different possibilities of what you can be doing with this incredible product. Make sure you get your hands on yours. Don't wait for launch party, get them now. Absolutely amazing and so exciting to have them here at Crafters Companion today. Now, demo of the show is number 2, which is our fabulous Nature's Garden Wisteria.
Oh,
so that's going to win.
number 2.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you very much.
I mean, there were 3 gorgeous demos, so it would have been hard, I think, but gorgeous, worthy, deserved winner. Now, we have got a very exciting day coming up here on Crafters TV. We've got a craft along coming up at 2 o'clock featuring those amazing macro 3D floral embossing folders. What a mouthful. Glad I'm not doing that though. Craig's back for that one with Debbie. That's at 2 o'clock. And then this evening, my goodness me, it's going to be an absolute cracker of a show. We've got that launch party featuring the heat tool and the heat and mould stamping foam.
Lots of other items as well, like we've touched on this morning, like your pop-up vases, your Nature's Garden wisteria. We've got some floral frame cut and embossed folders. We've even got some Violet Studios make Christmas kits on there as well. Lots and lots to be having a look at on that show. It's going to be an absolutely cracking show. It's going to be a cracking day. It already is a cracking day here on Crafters TV, isn't it always? It's been so lovely to have your company for this particular show. Lovely to be with our Debbie. It's been so nice to be presenting, working alongside our lovely Debbie. I mean, I see her most days, but it's nice to be actually in the studio with her, getting excited about all this amazing crafty stuff. I'll be back on Friday, I believe, alongside Debbie once again for Wake Up Call. We've got a very good launch up on Friday. So I'm very excited to be previewing that on Wake Up Call. But like I say, make sure you stay tuned for the whole day today. And Craig and Debbie will see you in an hour. But take care and make sure you get those orders in. See you later.